Hey everyone, today I'm going to be building the CannonKeys Practice65 keyboard kit. It is a 65% keyboard, very beginner friendly, comes with just about everything you need to just go straight to building. Comes with the Savage 65 PCB, it comes with a top plate, and it also comes with a bottom plate. This is an open case design, meaning that this is just mounted on top of this via standoffs. Meaning, you don't have a full case here at the end of this project, but definitely meant for someone to just kind of get started into the mechanical keyboard hobby. So it's $47.99 on their website, very affordable. Here's a kind of a breakdown of the other things that I purchased for this kit. Obviously, you really only need switches, stabilizers, and keycaps, and that's really it to get started. So this video is going to be best for someone who maybe has never made a keyboard before and is interested in how you do that process with the CannonKeys Practice65. We've got the Savage 65 board, we've got our top and bottom plates, we've got our standoffs. I'll show you what else I'm going to be using. We've got some GMK stabilizers, which you need these. There's actually two separate layouts you can do with this board, so just make sure you look at the graphic on the website before you purchase stabilizers to make sure you buy the right ones to match your keycaps. We've also got the GAT yellows. These are linear, I believe they are 35 gram actuation switches. So, and then when it comes to keycaps, nice side printed blue cheap keycaps from KBD Fans. I think they're PBT. They're nothing special, but I'm interested in just having this build something I can use daily. So yeah, so that's it. I've also got some Krytox lube here as well that we're going to be lubing our stabs and switches with. So soldering iron and some solder here as well. And that's pretty much all you need to get going, and so we'll kind of jump in here. So first things first, you really need to test your PCB. No matter what board you're building, no matter where you got it from, you should always test your PCB first, because if you don't, there's a chance that the board itself might be dead, and then you're kind of screwed if you go ahead and solder onto it. So I'm just going to be using the keyboardtester.com website. It's really easy to use, and I'm using this little piece of wire. A lot of people use tweezers. You just need something metal that you can connect the two pads together with. And I also leave the sound on so that I can hear when it registers a key. So you basically just go through the whole keyboard and do this. We are going to test fit our stabs, and we're also going to lube them up. Okay, next up we are going to test fit our stabilizers. So there are a lot of different ways that people have discovered that you can actually modify your stabs. I'm not going to do any of that right now. I'm guessing that if you're building this keyboard, you're not as interested in doing all the little tiny DIY things. I'm guessing you're probably more interested in just building your first board. So we're going to skip those things, but definitely I'll have some videos in the description about how you could modify and clip your stabs. We're just going to be lubing them, and there's a video that's also included in the same video. So we've got 3 of the 2U stabs, and then my keycaps require a 6.25U stab as well. So it's these holes that are kind of oddly sized. There's smaller holes and then some larger ones. The side that has the wire on it is the bigger hole. So mine, I know for a fact I've test fitted before, and mine actually snaps in sort of like that. Sort of, and that's how it looks on the space bar. It's good. I'm going to test fit over here too. And a good way to do it is to grab like a key that you know is going to be going here. Make sure it lines up with the edge of the board, and that one looks perfect. And I actually know that these are the same as well, same size. And yeah, good. Cool. Okay, next thing, we're going to lube our stabs. So okay, we got our stabs in. They're screwed on the back here. I got the screw-in ones, you know, there's also clip-in ones, but you know, I kind of dealer's choice there. Next step is what we're gonna do, actually populate a few holes here just to hold the PCB at the right height. And once we do that, we are ready to kind of start soldering. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick kind of the four corners and just kind of clip in your, you obviously want your 2 pins to be at the top of the switch. And I'm actually going to add one here to the middle. The idea here is that you can feed it through. And it will hold it at the right height. You might have to mess with your stabs just a little bit, just to get everything to kind of come flush. And what you want is even, there you go. That's better. What you want is this, the gap here to be even throughout the entire board. And I'm just gonna set it there, and there should be obviously a few pins here that are popping through, and we're gonna just kind of solder them in. And I'm not gonna go through exactly best practices for soldering. There's better videos than I could create on that, but I will say take your time. You know, there's no rush. I'd recommend taking your sweet time, and yeah, see you on the other side. And here's the finished product. Overall, I think this kit is a really good value for someone who maybe is just getting started in the hobby. Definitely not meant for someone who's kind of searching for their end game keyboard, especially because, you know, the acoustics on this board aren't fantastic, as you can imagine, with an open case design like that. But for a first board, it's awesome to get started in the hobby for sure. One way that I think CannonKeys could definitely improve this kit would be to actually have an option to buy a separate case. I believe that right now you can purchase the Savage 65, you can unscrew your board from these plates and then port it over into the stack or the Savage 65 and port it over there. And one way that I think CannonKeys could definitely improve this would be to actually add the option for a separate case on their website that just fits the Practice65. I have a feeling that there's going to be lots of beginners who build this board and want to use it for a while and don't want it to be that open case design. So I think it would benefit them to add that case to their site. It definitely sounds okay, the acoustics on this board, but we'll give it a shot here. Now for the typing test. So in conclusion, this is a really cool board to get started in the mechanical keyboard hobby. You've got QMK on board, you've got lots of great options in terms of how you can build it. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate you tuning in. Go ahead and leave a comment about maybe another build that I could do, potentially another kit for beginners. Thanks.